Hi everyone, it's Nicola. I'm here with another beauty empties. I've got skincare, hair care, body care, one item of makeup. I did just film this video, and for the first time I think that it's happened to me, it just disappeared straight away, and it was a long ass video. So fingers crossed this time I managed to get through it, and hopefully I'll be a bit quicker as well. But this is how much stuff I have got. So much. This is for the month of June and July, so not quite at the end of July, but yeah, the last couple of months anyway. And I'm just going to try and get through them because I've got so much to recycle. I have been using the Boots recycling app and the other one that you can use for Cult Beauty and Look Fantastic. I can't remember exactly what they're called, but there's the Recycle Me app. And with the Boots one, I have done it. I haven't done it for the other one yet. I've got it already in packed. I just need to go to the post office when I can. But with the Boots one, if you return 5 products, you get 500 points back on your Boots Advantage card if you spend £10. So I've done it once. I've now got a newborn baby who's only 5 weeks old. But I'm going to try and use that scheme for purchasing nappies, and you can also return nappy packets and so on. So it's really worthwhile being aware of and using, and obviously it's good for them to get you into their shops. But anyway, I'm going to stop rambling already and just get through as much as I can before baby wakes up, which unfortunately could be very soon now. So gutted I lost that video, but anyway, let's crack on. To start with, I have got some hand soap. So these two are from Carex. So we have got, I think I picked them up both from Home Bargains, the Christian's Carex 33% extra free moisture 2-hour protection, anti-bac hand wash, kills 99.9% of bacteria. These are about £1, not much more, and this one is with fizzy watermelon, had very synthetic watermelon sweet type smell. Didn't really care for this, wouldn't repurchase that one. Yeah, these ones are good and moisturising, cheap as chips. Get through them quickly with the kids. And then I've got a couple of bougie hand washes. So I've got these two here. So this first one is by Liz L, the Botanical Hand Wash, and it's with spiced bitter orange. My husband bought me a duo set of these, so 2 in a set, 200 mils, and I think he got them from QVC. Yeah, really lovely, nice little treat. And then this one from Space & Cave, Voyage Uplifting Hand Wash, 350 mils with mandarin, coconut and sandalwood, and apricot seed, and I'm not sure what else, something else on there as well. Yeah, 350 mil. This was an exfoliating one. I had this in my last months as well. I got it with a gift with purchase from Space & K, and it's £14, as you'll see. Even though it's a gift with purchase, it shows you how much they're selling it for. I wouldn't buy this personally myself. I don't care for exfoliating hand washes. I've tried one before from Neil's Yard, and I feel like I wash my hands so much throughout the day, I don't feel I need some exfoliating. It just feels very drying. But these get really messy. This one less so than the one I used previously, interestingly enough. However, it's still all really gathered here. So when you're trying to empty the bottle, it's messy. So yeah, wasn't a fan, but pleased to have used that up. I've got a couple of Bedhead TG products. These are the shampoo and conditioner Colour Goddess items, both 400 mils. These were either a birthday or a Christmas present for my sister, and she'd actually bought me this, I think, the previous year. So I'm now using up another one straight away. These were okay. I'd say when my hair was less processed, less coloured, I felt like it was, too heavy. The shampoo wasn't cleansing enough. Could feel almost like still a bit greasy, or not last as long anyway between washes. But yeah, interestingly, now that my hair is more bleached, I find like the shampoo isn't cleansing enough, but the conditioner isn't conditioning enough. But yeah, I'll use those up but I wouldn't purchase these, but I've been purchased them twice as presents. What else? I've got a couple of deodorants. I've got the Mitchum Triple Odor Defense in Power Fresh. I do like to get this every now and again. I use the Wild deodorant usually now. I've also got Fussy deodorant. But yeah, I do like Mitchum still. And the other one I've got here is by Dove, the Advanced Care Go Fresh Passion Fruit and Lemongrass scent. These can be quite expensive, but again, I like Dove and I like to throw these into the mix, although I typically use aluminium free and non-aerosol now. So this is 200 mils, lovely passion fruit scent, nice for the summer. But yeah, they can be expensive unless you find them on offer. My one makeup item, this was in the Look Fantastic box. This is by Swede Pro Lash Lift Mascara. I used this once and it just got everywhere, all over my eyes. And then my toddler daughter, who'll be 2 next month, managed to get her hands on it and got it all over herself, all over the floor. So that was, yeah, I tried to clean up as much as I could on the outside, but that's me done with it, getting rid. But this was terrible. Look at it. Not a fan of that. I don't know if it's the packaging or maybe it's a similar mascara that looks like this, but I thought this was quite popular, but it was an awful mascara. I typically don't really like plastic mascaras anyway. I like the bristle brushes and kind of volumizing mascaras. But yeah, this was awful. This looked like this should be like a lower lash mascara, but a lot smaller. But yeah, you can just see it's all over it. So no wonder I got it all over my lid when I was trying to use it. So yeah, never had a mascara that bad where I've used it once. Admittedly, my daughter also then got into it anyway. But yeah, that was enough for me to unfortunately get rid of that. So that was in the last month's Look Fantastic box, which I've now stopped my subscription as well because I've been quite disappointed with them, those boxes. I've got a couple of the Deep Sleep Pillow Spray. This works 5 mils. It says gently inhale for a good night's sleep. Just to get these done out of my collection, I just use these now to put on bed linen. I was using them, pre having my baby. Where else? What else do I start with? I've got some face masks. So, unfortunately, I had a rough time off with my birth, and so I was in hospital for a week after having a cesarean with a few complications. And I'd actually packed some masks, which I did manage to use, and this was just before I left actually, so I was, much better myself. But one of them was the space masks, these relaxation eye masks, heated warm eye masks. It says relieve tiredness, eye strain, and many other earthly tensions. Point of interest to know for the Boots app, these would count as 2 rather than 1. So I thought I'll see what happens if you upload them separately, and they accept them separately. So these would count as 2 items. I think with the other app, which you can use towards points or money off with Cult Beauty and Look Fantastic, I don't know if it's changed now or not, but you could with the sample sizes or sheet masks, I don't think they would count as 1. I think you'd have to have like a handful of them that would be counted as 1. I'm not sure because I haven't tried. I've got it all ready to go, but I've not tried with the other app yet that I can use towards Look Fantastic or Cult Beauty, so we'll find out soon. A couple of Korean face masks, sheet masks that I got from Starvana. I've got the Medicube Collagen Lifting Face Mask for all skin types. So that was pretty nice as well. I'd like to try more from Medicube. And then Collagen Essential Mask Tightening. Not sure I noticed it was anything tightening, but this was that one. And now what I'm trying to do is integrate collagen. Is it Ancient and Brave? Something like that. That's the brand that I use. I've just bought is the collagen powder to take as a supplement. It's supposed to be tasteless. However, there is a taste to it, so I have to kind of limit the amount I use. But yeah, I'm trying to give that a go now to retain my youth, and it's supposed to be good for your bones and suppleness as well. Another eye mask that I had when I went into hospital actually was the Sarah Chapman Skin Assist Platinum Stem Cell Eye Mask. So it says it's a powerlifting eye mask, one that completely kind of covers like a whole, I don't know if you can see it there. That's, yeah, how it covers, just there. So quite a strange one, but yeah, it says it's to help visibly depuff, lift the brow line, tighten slackening lids and brighten dark circles. But for me, it's just something that's very relaxing and nice. I needed to get it out of my collection. I've had it far too long. But yeah, really enjoyed that. Let's get through some body care stuff. Oh, another thing I used as like a hand wash by the sink basin is this Body Shop Almond Milk and Honey cleansing bar for sensitive and dry skin. I'd had that lingering around in my cupboard for ages, so just needed to get that sorted. And talking about supplements, this is the multivitamin. It's called Pregnancy and New Mother Multivitamin by World Nutrition. I've now got this on subscription as well as their Omega. This comes in 90 capsules. You take 3 a day, and you can get it in you know, the kind of sachet form, so you don't need to buy another glass tub. So I have another glass tub, but I could recycle this one. I might hang on to it initially. Oh, and another hand soap actually. This was Lizelle Botanical Hand and Body Cleansing Bar, Rose and Ginger, 100 grams. Very nice. What I will say though is this was like a cream soap bar, but where it'd been just, you know, stored in my cupboards, it'd gone like old kind of granny kind of, you know, when soap goes a bit like orangey discoloured. So that was a shame. But it's still nice. I'm still using it now actually on the sink, but just wanted to put that into my empties to get rid of the box. But it's still very nice and moisturising. But I wouldn't purchase it unless I was going to use it straight away, but I had been gifted that. I've got a couple of shower gels. I've got the Way Body Cleanser 30 mils. This was very nice. It just smells like the kind of shampoo and conditioner, but enjoyed using it. And I've got this is the Elemis White Lotus and Lime Bath and Shower Gel, and this is 30 mils. So I've got the same size one of these and another bigger one in this scent, which we'd got when we were in Dubai on holiday from one of the hotels. That's just, sorry, the water's where I've rinsed it out. Nice enough, just trying to get those out of my collection now. I've had these before and I said I wouldn't repurchase them. However, my kids have really enjoyed these. These are bath bombs. I think I got them from Aldi. And they have, you know, like a little surprise just figure toy in the middle. So they had the Easter Bunny surprise, the Dino surprise, and then the Unicorn surprise, which has a gemstone mermicorn. What I don't like about these is that the bath bomb has the cellophane wrapping around it. I find it really irritating and difficult to get into the product, but environmentally don't find it friendly either. I can understand why they use it because they don't want it to break, I guess, but yeah, I'll get annoyed by that. The other bath bombs my kids went through is the Festive Fizzmas, and these were a 2 set from Costco. So they had like they had a deer shape, they had like a hot cocoa mug shape, and they had a gingerbread man, a bear, and I think like a couple of like Santa Claus type ones, which were red. So all well and good, but what's put me off these ones, so we split them, so my eldest daughter and then my boy had one each for Christmas. The red ones, where the red dye dyed their hands, so off they were going into school and we just could not get it off their hands. It was awful, so would not recommend or repurpose because of that issue. Alright, some other body care bits. This is a body wash. I had the bubble bath that my kids went through for Marvel, Spidey and Friends, 150ml, like synthetic strawberry scent. Yeah, my boy had this as Christmas. I think it was like a stocking filler from Home Bargains. Had the bubble bath before, we enjoyed it. This was the bubble wash and I use it in the same way. This is really old. I had it in one of the bathrooms that I don't use, cupboards, so just been at the back of a cupboard for ages essentially. This used to be stocked in Space & K, and it's got distributed Space & K on the back. Saisi, I'm not sure, but it's a Mineral Relax Bath Milk Soak. Japanese. It says soothe body and soul with this gentle calming bathing milk infused with essential minerals from Japan's ancient hot springs. It's got nourishing soy milk, protein and glycerin to comfort the skin. It wasn't like a greasy one, it was like very much like a bath milk. And it said to put 2 or 3 of these caps, which as you can see are tiny, to really get the benefits of like the milk bath. I think you'd need to use more. I just had this since it's so long. And they don't stock it anymore, so that's how long I've had this kicking around. But yeah, it was very nice all the same. A couple of body moisturisers. We've got the Glow Body Butter Vanilla, Almond and Salted Caramel. Sol de Janeiro knockoff from Home Bargains, 250ml. Yeah, so this is really nice. A nutty and rich fragrance that opens with almonds and vanilla with a base of sandalwood, caramel and salt. Really decent dupe, I have to say. Yeah, I can really smell it nice. Lovely for the summer. Would recommend, would repurchase. I've been trying the detangling hairspray, which I don't think it's anything special. And I've heard that the body wash, which is massive, also people say isn't great. But this one I think was decent and I would recommend and I would repurchase. All I would say is that it's not so easy to rub in. It takes a while to rub into your body. But yeah, it's a decent one and it's so cheap. Like the proper Sol de Janeiro brand, it's probably about £40 for this size. And this is like, what, a few quid? I've got the green one, which I think is like the coconutty one now. But yeah, this one is definitely my favourite that I've got from Home Bargains. And I do have some of the Sol de Janeiro smaller ones, which is still nice to use. And I'm not saying I wouldn't purchase those. But as, yeah, a money saver. And it's still decent. You know, it's not the same, but it's good. You know, it's good enough. Mio, I think, or Mio, Future Proof Body Butter Intense Mega Moisturiser, 30ml. This says once a day, use deep upward strokes towards the heart. Got through this pretty quick. Nice and moisturising, but not heavy, like body butter type. So yeah, enjoyed using it, was nice, but would I go out of my way to go and purchase it? No, but I enjoyed it nevertheless. I don't know why, that brand just doesn't kind of appeal to me. And then mostly the last bits I've got here is skincare, which is good. I've managed to get through this much quicker. So I've got one thing here from Lush, which I'll keep for returning back to Lush with their scheme. Is it, I think if you return 5 products, you can get a free, bring it back and recycle with Lush. Bring back 5 of their used tubs, and you can return for exchange for a fresh face mask. I've got lots now, so I probably would do that, but also would then use it. You can get 50p off. Recently they had it for a limited time where if you returned each item, no, is it for your 5 items, you could get £1 off, but unfortunately I couldn't make it to the shop in time. But this is the Aquamarina Fresh Cleanser. I've had this several times over the years. It's definitely not suited to my skin now. My skin is more drier and maturer. I found this quite, not stripping, but more drying. You know, I wouldn't necessarily want to use it twice a day, every day. It's nice to get into the mix with other products. But it says it's got a seaweed in it and calamine paste. It leaves skin feeling calm, nourished and free of shine. But yeah, so I would definitely pick it up actually. So if next time I go to Lush, I'll probably pick another one of these up. So I did enjoy it, would recommend. It's quite nostalgic for me. I've had it several times over the year. So yeah, very lovely. The seaweed within it, I will say, it does make your sink quite messy by the end of the week. But yeah, I liked it. I've got a Clinique Rinse Off Foaming Cleanser. This is, I don't know what size, 30 mils. This is the first step of their 3-step skincare. So if you know, you know. If you're of the era where they used to have the step 1, step 2 with the kind of strip-in toner, and then the yellow moisturiser, or the moisture surge is it now they've got. I did like this. It's a nice foaming cleanser, but again, my is not so suited to my skin now. It was quite drying, but I still enjoyed using it. But it just wouldn't be one I'd want to use, you know, like for double cleanse, to like both times for the removal of makeup or SPF, and then, you know, as a last cleanse as well. But it's still quite nice to use. I've got the Aurelia Probiotic Skincare Refine and Polish Miracle Balm with chamomile, eucalyptus, rosemary and bergamot. This is 20 mils. I do really like this brand. I especially love their cleansing balm. This one is the exfoliating Refine and Polish Miracle Balm. Transform and brighten dull congested skin and discover the power of probiotics. So I still use this as like a first cleanse in the evening, but I prefer it without the exfoliating elements, definitely. So I didn't enjoy that one so much. So I had another Aurelia item, and oh, it is in there. Okay, I can show you that after, that I'll refer to. I have this Pixie and Caroline Hyron's collaboration. This was the double cleanse. So this was, I had a long time in my stash, needed to get it out of my collection. So one side had the solid cleansing oil and the second had the cleansing cream, and there was 50 mils of both of those. Yeah, very nice, lovely. Packaging quite gimmicky because the actual cleansing cream, it's like you'd have to scoop it out, and so it did, there's potential for it to get quite messy. But yeah, used it all up. I don't know if you could buy refills, but I don't think they still do this anymore. Maybe on the Pixie website, but I don't think anywhere else. But yeah, I enjoyed using that. So that's that one. I'm just going to take the remaining skincare bits out. I'm quite pleased because I was worried I wouldn't have time to redo this video, but I'm glad that I have had. Right. Oh gosh, still a few little bits. Okay. Let's try and get through these rapidly if I can. Right, okay. Dr. Dennis Gross Alpha Beta Ultra Gentle Daily Peel. A patented 2-step peel with acids to help smooth fine lines, minimise the look of pores, improve the appearance of uneven tone and texture. Well, there's 3 treatments, so 3 usages in that. So I've had this knocking around again. This one you can use daily. For me, it's not too much. But yeah, there was these 3. So you'd use the first step, wait a couple of minutes, and then use the second one. And also, point of interest to note, on the Boots app, you could use each one of these sachets as one item. So this would count for like 3. Whereas, I don't know if this has changed or not with Cult Beauty. The other app you can use on Cult Beauty and look fantastic. You have to have, I think, like a handful of them, maybe 5. That would count as like one item. But with Boots, you definitely don't. I don't know if that's now changed in the other app. But I've definitely seen someone mention that on YouTube. Yet to try, as I mentioned, on this other app that you can use for Cult Beauty and look fantastic. Yes, I've been trying to get through my stash as well, to be honest. I think I had in my last Empties this by Shiseido, which is their Revitalising Treatment Softener Lotion for all skin types, 7 mils. Yeah, so I think this was like an essence. That's how I was using it anyway. So this was very nice. And I'll use those. Can use those as one each for boots as well. I have got by Lancome the Advanced Genifique Youth Activating Serum in 7 mils. I think this was just like almost like a hyaluronic acid type serum, and very good, very nice. It doesn't wow me though that I'd think, oh yeah, I'd want to spend Lancome prices to purchase it, but I'm happy to use it. I've used it previously and I felt the same. I think there's, you know, cheaper options available now, but nevertheless it was nice. Then a story to tell you, now onto facial oils. I've got by Enemis the Pro Collagen Rose Facial Oil. I got this in a TSV, today's special value of QVC, at some point. This is 15 mils. Really, really lovely. My daughter suffers from eczema and she's only young. She'll be 7 next month, but she finds texture of moisturisers. She doesn't like it on her skin, but she also has eczema, so if her skin gets too dry, she flares up around her eyes, and more recently it's been around her mouth. And so it looks like eczema, but I'm not sure actually if it's toothpaste related. I've seen Caroline Hirons talking about an ingredient in toothpaste which I think can also make people react to it. So I need to ask her dentist if that's also an issue within the mix. But anyway, she got her hands on this and absolutely loved this so much that she wanted me to repurchase it. I wouldn't repurchase it for her to use it because, one, it's like a pro collagen facial oil, and I thought, I'm not sure that's great for a 6-year-old to be using. You know, perhaps needs something more kind of basic to use, and also just the price of it, the way she was getting through it. You know, she's like using it on her face and then putting it in her hair, which is fine. But we both got through this together pretty quickly. The smell's gorgeous. She really loved it. But I had other samples in my stash of oils, and I said to her, well, let's get through those. And I thought I'd try and get her to a more natural one. So I also got her a Neil's Yard. I think it's 10 mils they do. It's a smaller size anyway, and for £10. But she doesn't like the smell of that, even though it's still rose. She said it's like a very raw smell. I think that's why she doesn't like it. So yeah, so in my stash, I then pulled out this one I had kicking around, the Chantecaille Rose Oil, and this is in 4 mils. However, it smells like almost like cooking oil. So I wonder if maybe it had just gone off. I've got another one in my stash. Maybe I'll see if that was any different. It smells nice, but she really didn't like using that. I think it was heavier as well. But this says it's paired with 4 luxurious rose oils and powerful plant actives, visibly rejuvenates smooth lines and brightens and firm skin. Use morning and night alone or under moisturiser. Contains 100% naturals. So, you know, hopefully it was okay for her to be using some of this stuff. But I know one of my Sunday Riley peptide creams, she really likes that because of the peptides, and it's supposed to be like anti-wrinkling. I stopped her using it because I thought I don't think it's good. She needs to use more basic moisturisers. But literally the struggle was so real to get her to use any moisturiser on her face or her body, and it really impacts her eczema. So anything where she's willing to use it, I've been really trying to encourage. But anyway, that one wasn't accessible for her, and when I've tried it, I wasn't mad by it. But maybe it was just old in my stash. We'll see. I've got another one at least of those. Then the other facial oil, when I was looking through these oils trying to find something for my daughter, I saw I've got one in there that had exploded. And more so now I use oils, but typically I find them quite heavy. My skin's more able to tolerate them now, but they're not things that I would get through very quickly. However, yeah, when I went to the bag which has my face oils in, I saw this one by Aurelia, which, as you can see, it has completely exploded. So it was a real shame. And it's like the pipette dropper, squeezy part, has like disintegrated, exploded. I'm not sure what's happened. So I never got to try this at all. I hadn't used it. So this was a Cell Repair Night Oil, Neroli, Lavender, Rose and Mandarin, 50 mils. And I'll try to show you without touching. Ooh. gosh, it's all kind of gone on the covers as well. Can you see? See there, that's where the pipette should be. Completely disintegrated. What has happened to it? It's just gone. It's all even like, yeah. Absolutely no idea what's happened with that. So anyway, yeah, off that goes. I'm getting rid of that. That's a real shame, and it's so greasy. I don't really want to be touching it. I just need to try and, yeah, sort that out and get rid of it. Yes. Right, a couple of face moisturiser samples left. Emma Hardy Amazing Face Age Support Cream, 50ml. This was okay, wouldn't purchase it. And then we have by Sicily, this is 4ml Black Rose Skin Infusion Cream, Plumping and Radiance. Very lovely, very expensive brand. Yeah, this was really nice. I used it at night, but this would be a good day cream because of the radiance kind of effects. And then I've got this moisturiser from Florina. It's a fermented skincare anti-wrinkle day cream with fermented honeysuckle and hyaluronic acid. It says Natural Oil Association, 50ml. It says after they carefully select their oils and flour, they select and extract their key components. They start a fermentation transformation process, leave it to compound for the necessary time. When it's ready, they filter the solution to keep only the fermented components. Essentially, I think it's saying it's very natural. I got this when Latest and Beauty used to do their pick. So initially they used to do, you could pick 9 items each month out of a selection, different items. So they'd have different drops each month. And then it went down to 6, and they don't do them anymore. So they still do boxes, but they're already curated for you. But when they used to do their drops where you could pick, this was one of them that I did pick. And the smell is gorgeous. Like, I really love the smell. It's like the honeysuckle smell. Really, really lovely. All gone. But when it says when opened, use within 6 months, which I definitely did. I wonder though if some of the stock, I think, was old or near expiry on that Latest in Beauty box they used to do. So the smell, I really enjoy the smell of this. Lovely. I really like kind of fragranced skincare. I know it's not for everyone. However, this peeled like no other. So I used it all up, and I don't know why I did, to be honest. I could have just used it on my body or just not used it, but I wanted to see it through. But it would literally just peel really badly. And even then, when you wanted to put SPF sun cream over your moisturiser, that would make it peel again. It was just, yeah, not good. No good. But yeah, really liked the smell of it. But I'm not sure, was that just a brand issue, or maybe you know, not as fresh as it should have been when I used it, even though I used it all up as soon as I'd opened it, if that makes sense. So that is all the skincare beauty products. The last thing I've got I want to show you is just what you can also use on this Boots app, and that is you know, like nappies, nappy bags, baby wipes, sanitary towel packets. You can also use as part of this recycling scheme. So I feel like you could so easily get these items to return to get your points, essentially. But my plan is, I think I'm going to try and get my wipes when I need them with Boots. So return my 5 items, spend £10, get 500 points put on my Advantage card. That's my plan, really. But yeah, so I'm just, it might be too TMI, and it might be not interesting for everyone, but I thought I'd show you nevertheless. So I've got a smaller pack of Pampers Premium Baby Protection size 1 nappies for newborns, and then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of their bigger size, the 40 pack. Just goes to show, given I've got a 5-week-old, how much you get through. It's crazy, isn't it? So there's those. And then sanitary, I got the Lilette's Maternity 10 Max pads. For postpartum, I'd say These are okay when you don't need much protection, but immediately after giving birth, I'd say these are not strong enough in my opinion, or what I've needed anyway. Boots for previous pregnancy, boots and postpartum birth. Boots used to do this organic cotton range maternity pads, which I understand aren't as environmentally friendly. However, the comfort, the softness, the non-irritation from those was really worth it, to the point where I would even consider purchasing them postpartum, you know, when my periods returned to use. But they don't do them anymore, and what they've replaced it with is very plasticky. So it's actually not so easy to find non-plasticky maternity pads, which you're not supposed to use because of issues linked with getting infections and stuff as well. But I found these which were okay. These were the My Little Star by Superdrug maternity towels. So there was 10. I've got 2 packs here, 10 in each pack, and it says they're soft and cushioned, extra absorbent, contours for comfort. So they were quite reasonable. And then these are quite old school, but Kotex, quilted for sumptuous softness. Not sure about the stiletto here on there, but these were super 10 pack, and I also had the night ones as well. But yeah, really soft. So I got these from a pharmacy, I believe, but you can get them from Pound Shop as well. I've seen them in. So yeah, I'd recommend them. They're good for maternity postpartum pads. And then I've got lots of wipes. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these Pampers Aqua Harmony 99% water light lotion, 0% plastic wipes, soft and effective, made with 0% alcohol and perfume, helps restore natural skin pH, 48 wipes in a pack. Obviously, again, it's not great to see how much wipes you get through, but with my firstborn, I remember trying just to use cotton wool and water for as long as I could. Absolutely wrecked one of my cupboards, where it ended up spilling over, unfortunately, at one point. You know, when you're doing like night changes, it's just not what you need, is it? Let's be realistic. And now I've got 4 kids, so I just have to try and, you know, manage realities of it. I try my best, but yeah. So I'm going to be recycling these. But we did try Amazon's version. These are 56 wipes, and it says that they're suitable for sensitive, newborn or delicate skin, with aloe vera, perfume free, dermatologically approved. I found that actually these irritated my 1-year-old and my newborn, and I wouldn't recommend. I can't remember what these were called, something bear, I think. I can't, unfortunately the sticker has removed the name of it, the brand as well, but I'm sure I'll have more that I've got to use up that I can tell you about. Yeah, I can't see on here, unfortunately. But yeah, these are the Amazon brands. They are cheaper, and we thought we'd give them a go, but unfortunately, yeah, not amazing. So we won't repurchase those, but we'll get through the ones that we do have. And then the very last thing I've got to show you, and this is a scent portable Bath and Body Works fragrance refill for in the car. This was in frosted cranberry, and this was from Dubai. I think it's 3 dirham, is that right? And it was in the sale, reduced from 20. I don't find that these scents last particularly long, but I do like Bath and Body Works. So yes, that's that. Yes, that's my empties. Sorry, just brain fog there. I was just realising I've purchased a couple of hand soaps from Next, and I've picked up the other items I'd bought, but that wasn't in the items that I've collected. So that's just reminded me to think I need to chase up and check where that order is or what has happened to that. But anyway, sorry, brain fog diverting there. I hope you enjoyed this Empties video. Thank you for staying with my ramblings. Please do like and subscribe, and please do drop me a comment in the drop down box. I'd love to chat to you a bit more. So yeah, I hope to speak to you there, and I will see you all very soon. All right, bye for now.